Welcome to Lebanon City Council, April 28th, 2026. Mr. Burke, please call the roll.
Mayor Messer.
Here.
Vice Mayor Norris.
Here.
Mr. Sellers.
Here.
Mrs. Harper.
Here.
Mr. Lamoureux.
Here.
Mrs. Eggers.
Here.
Mr. Cope.
Motion to excuse Mr. Cope.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Thank you. If council, sorry. Please join me for the invocation and pledge.
Please bow your heads with me. Father in heaven, I just thank you for just a beautiful day in Ohio, Lord. I thanks for an opportunity to serve the citizens. Thanks for this evening where we can swear in new team members to the city. Just thank you so much for Jesus. In your name I pray, amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Now, council will consider work session minutes on March 16th, 2026. Do I have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Is there any comments or questions? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Eggers.
Abstain.
Mrs. Harper.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Norris.
What date were those? I'm sorry.
March 16th.
Abstain.
Mayor Messer.
Yes.
Mr. Lamoureux.
Yes.
And then consideration of council meeting minutes April 14th, 2026. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Sellers was skipped for the
Mr.
vote
Sellers.
on this last.
Mr. Brooke.
I'm sorry.
March 16th.
March 16th.
Sorry about that. Mr. Sellers.
Yes.
Thank you.
Do we have a motion for April 14th?
So second.
Yeah.
Any comments? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Eggers.
Yes.
Mrs. Harper.
Yes.
Vice Mayor Norris.
Yes.
Mr. Sellers.
Abstain.
Mayor Messer.
Yes.
Mr. Lamoureux.
Yes.
All right, thank you for joining us tonight. We have an exciting night this evening. We're adding 2 new career firefighters and a new position of assistant chief to our department, and we're very excited to do that. So our community is very fortunate to be served by a truly outstanding fire and emergency medical service department. The Lebanon Fire Division is staffed by dedicated men and women who are committed to providing the highest level of fire and EMS protection to our residents. Lebanon is safer and a stronger community because of their service, professionalism, and dedication. We are honored this evening to swear in 3 members of our fire division who will help lead and support this outstanding organization. It is with great honor that I ask Fire Chief Ryan Dipsinski to come forth and to introduce tonight's firefighters.
Good evening, everyone. Council, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Brunka, Mr. Urick, thank you very much for having us. As always, it's exciting to be here. A lot of fun just going through the process of what we get to do, to hire and promote. It's just very exciting to see the work that they put in and then recognize them as becoming part of the team. So with that being said, I'd like to ask Mr. Becker, his wife Megan, come on, and whoever else. Go ahead and pin him down. Firefighter Alex Becker has served full-time with the Lebanon Fire Division since January of 25, following several years as a part-time member. A native of Clear Creek Township, he brings experience from multiple departments across the region. Alex is a dedicated rescue technician with a strong passion for technical rescue and currently manages the division's rescue budget, helping to advance and strengthen capabilities in the area. Outside of work, he owns and operates a training company specializing in rope rescue and competes nationally to refine his skills. In his free time, Alex enjoys home improvement projects, outdoors, spending time outdoors, and spending time with his wife Megan and their 3 cats. Welcome, Alex.
So we already did this, but this is a formality for our city council and our community, and we're very happy to have you. So if you could repeat after me.
Alex Becker,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
and will obey the laws thereof,
and obey the laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
in all respects,
in all respects,
uphold and enforce
uphold and enforce
the provisions of the charter
the provisions of the charter
and ordinances of the city.
and ordinances of the city.
And I will faithfully discharge
I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the position
the duties of the position
of career firefighter
of career firefighter
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
I'd like to invite Mr. Toothman to come up, please. Get up in front. This is firefighter Michael Toothman. He joined Lebanon Fire Division full-time in February of '25. After previously serving in the department as a part-time capacity, and brings with him 23 years of service experience. He's an Air Force vet, having served 5 years on active duty, and continues to serve the community as a fire inspector, Warren County fire investigator, a tactical medic with the Sheriff's Office, and a fire and EMS instructor. Mike is married to Shannon, and a proud father to Hayden and Tegan. Outside of work, he enjoys attending his daughter's track and cross-country meets, visiting the Air Force Museum with his son, staying active in the gym, and forging knives at home. Quite the hobby. He stays busy.
Thank you for joining us. I state your name.
Michael Toothman,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
to support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
and I will obey the laws thereof,
and I will obey the laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
in all respects,
in all respects,
uphold and enforce
uphold and enforce
the provisions of the charter
the provisions of the charter
and the ordinances of the city,
and the ordinance of the city,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the position
the duties of the position
of career firefighter
of career firefighter,
upon which I'm about to enter.
which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
And finally, something a little different. So with the support of council, Mr. Bronca and I have been working on trying to get this position in here for a little while. So we were able to this year add a position that we've never had here in the city, which is a position of assistant chief. So we're very excited to create this position. We went through a pretty extensive outside and inside process to find our guy, and we did. We're very excited to promote Battalion Chief Derek Harper to Assistant Chief. So come on up. Assistant Chief Derek Harper brings more than 20 years of experience in fire and EMS medical services, along with a strong background in leadership, training, and operations. He began his career with Silver Creek Township and the city of Xenia before joining Lebanon Fire Division back in 2017, where he advanced through the ranks up to Battalion Chief, serving as Shift Commander and EMS Supervisor. Derek holds degrees in EMS and Fire Science and Organizational Management, and maintains numerous certifications, including Paramedic, Fire Officer, Instructor, and State Fire Inspector. He's played a key role in strengthening our EMS programs, improving operations, and securing grant funding to enhance services for the community. Derek lives locally with his family. He's a proud father of 3, known for his hands-on, solutions-focused approach based on and off the job. That is true. So, very excited.
Very excited. So repeat after me. I state your name.
Derek Harper,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the state of Ohio,
and the state of Ohio,
and I will obey the laws thereof,
and I will obey the laws thereof,
and that I will,
and that I will,
in all respects,
in all respects,
uphold and enforce
uphold and
the
enforce
provisions of the charter
the provisions of the charter
and the ordinances of the city,
and the ordinances of the city,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of the position
the duties of the position
of Assistant Chief
of Assistant Chief
upon which I'm about to enter.
upon which I'm about to enter.
Congratulations,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief.
One more.
On behalf of the City of Lebanon, we recognize firefighters Alex Becker, Michael Toothman, and Assistant Chief Derek Harper, and we trust and place confidence in their leadership, integrity, and abilities. In recognition of their commitment and service, they are hereby officially welcomed and sworn members of the Lebanon Fire Division. Oh, we gotta get a picture.
Yes, sir. What we doing?
Yeah, whoever you want. Absolutely.
Three, two, one. Looks great.
Over this way. Thank you.
Thanks, sir.
Appreciate it. Appreciate your leadership.
Now, watch it.
I'm just saying. It's just a statement. It's
There'll be plenty of cake.
It'll be gone by the time we're done.
We have Mike here from CareFlight. I didn't know if you would, or Atrium, I didn't know if you would want to say a few words, or I noticed, city manager noticed you there, and I was like, want to make sure
My name is Mike Stoutberg. I'm the president of the Atrium Medical Center Foundation. I've had a chance to talk and meet quite a few of you, but on behalf of Atrium Medical Center and CareFlight, we wanted to thank you for considering our request to help support CareFlight. The helicopter that we have that we're replacing is a $13.5 million investment in the capital operating of that. The operating expenses for one of these helicopters is actually $7.2 million each per year. What's been interesting in the development of not only replacing this helicopter, and we've had to replace two at the same time. And so we've started to reach out to a bunch of individuals and businesses, as well as our municipalities, as an extension of our first responders. And so I wanted to say thank you for understanding that need. And it's an investment that should be around for 25 to 30 years as we move forward. So we certainly appreciate your understanding that. What's been interesting, though, over the course of time is that Atrium's helicopter is actually based out of the Warren County Airport. And there was a decision recently made to put the repair hangar here in Warren County as well. So that increases a little bit of employment, but it also makes that base stand out a little bit more. The helicopter based out of Warren County is the busiest of all of them, and it's even picking up service as we go. There was a time where we had 6 helicopters that were flying around our southern Ohio area, 3 with the University of Cincinnati and 3 with Premier Health. UC has pulled their helicopters back to 2. I'm not criticizing them. They're very expensive to operate. But we have found that being in between the 2 major municipalities has only increased the need for the service. And as we increase the population of Lebanon, Warren County, Butler County, and all of the municipalities in between these 2 major metropolitan areas, we're finding ourselves to become even busier. So I can share with you that just this last Friday, we hosted a gala at the Wright Brothers Airport and ended up raising somewhere between $500,000 and another $500,000 to $750,000 toward this purchase as well. So we are getting to the point where we're over $8 million of funding for the helicopter, and we appreciate your consideration, and I assume vote tonight to be supportive. So I'm happy to answer any questions that you might have, and certainly appreciate being able to work with each one of you, but also especially your city manager. So thank you.
Council have any questions? Very good.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, I appreciate it. No problem. Happy to be here.
Next we have Brad Knapp with the Warren County Historical Society.
Thank you, Mayor, and thank you, members of council. To repeat, my name is Brad Knapp, and I've been a resident here since 1973. I was very young then, and some of you probably weren't even born then. So I decided to put my roots down here and have never regretted it. Met my wife here, and we live happily on South Broadway. I'm here representing the Warren County Historical Society, which I have been a director, or am a director of, and have been the past president. Specifically, I'm going to talk to you about our Harmon Museum, named after William Elmer Harmon, who left Lebanon at a young age to find fortune in the real estate business in New York City. Of course, there's the Harmon Park and the museum itself and buildings named after Mr. Harmon. This museum, if you don't know, is about, as near as I can figure out, as the crow flies, about 200 yards from where I'm standing right now. And on the evening of March 31st, we had a grand opening of what has been called, by people a lot smarter than this than I am, the finest fine art collection in Ohio. This was also stated by a gentleman who is the director of the American Fine Art Museum in New York City. He was just by chance was in town two weeks after our grand opening, and he was escorted through our museum by Lebanon resident Mary Kaufman. The honored guest at this grand opening was quite impressive. Governor Mike DeWine, his wife, Fran, former Governor Bob Taft's wife, Hope, Supreme Court Justice, actually, Mike DeWine's son, Pat DeWine, was there, and the city manager and his wife, thank you for coming, and your vice mayor, and thank you for attending. Also a gentleman by the name of Nick Niehoff, who is former president of the Cincinnati Stock Exchange, and the man who created the automation of the NASDAQ stock system. So we appreciated all the folks who were there. It was a great evening, and I'm here to give you at least one's absent, but 6 passes to this art museum, or our museum, and they are inside. There it is. You don't get one.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, Mayor.
Council members first.
I'll get you one. There's an extra bowl. See you. If you're not into folk art, we have about 7 other exhibits, and they're all in this pamphlet, so I would just hit on a couple of them. The Robert and Virginia Jones Shaker Collection, which was donated by our former United States Senator Rob Portman and his family. There is and this is just something new, the Ashley and Barbara Ford Maritime Collection of over 30 model ships. And I mean, these are not plastic models by Revell. These are professionally done models of ships of the late 19th and the mid 20th century. I'm into that, so I was lucky enough, or was appointed myself to help unload these things from the gentleman who gave them to us. And we're a long way from an ocean, and I've seen collections like this, and this is an outstanding collection. It's worth using that ticket to see that. And of course, where we used to go buy postage stamps and mail letters is now the Armstrong Gallery of Flight, with many model airplanes and assorted things about the history of aviation here in Warren County. This whole operation is administered by a Lebanon native, graduate of Lebanon High School, Michael Coyne. Does a great job for us, and he and his volunteers and his staff are just outstanding. So I would ask each of you, since you did miss the gala, to show up and use those passes and see what we're doing down there. It's just a short walk. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And then the exhibit lasts until July, is that correct?
Yeah, it's on that, it's
On
on
the
the
pass.
ticket. I think it's June.
June 13th.
Oh, June 13th, okay.
June 13th, does that sound right?
It
Yep.
says.
Very good. And then, how about, what are your thoughts on that stop sign next to your house now? Is that a positive?
Yes, it is positive, but the judge has told me it's too high.
Oh, it's too high.
I don't know what the regulations are. He saw me right after he put it up, he says, Brad, that stop sign's too high.
It's your fault.
It's my fault. It does create, you know, I moved my driveway when we added the addition. If I had the old driveway, I'd have to back up and immediately stop. So it's, you know, it saves lives and hassle, it's all good.
Very good.
All good. And also, it's all good about it. This was really important.
Yeah, very important.
Makes me feel a little safer.
Yeah, absolutely. Next we have Rick Davis.
First of all, it's kind of neat being here with the fire departments. That was kind of fun.
Yeah.
So I'm not as good as the two gentlemen up here before me, so I wrote mine out. So please forgive me if I read instead of
No, please.
off the cuff, if you will. I've been a resident for Lebanon almost 23 years. So here goes. 7 days after the big snow we had back in January, I wrote a letter and included pictures to, I believe their names were Darren Owens, and I copied a person named Scott Bronca on the poor road conditions. I live on a cul-de-sac, and understanding the pecking order, I'm priority 3. I get that. Believe me, I get that. When the plow driver drove up my cul-de-sac, he pushed snow in front of my driveway about 3 feet tall, 3 feet high rather. He got as close as 10 feet to my driveway. No closer. The pile of snow in front of my grassy area, which is in a big area, was about over 4 feet high. No closer than 10 feet to the curb. As I saw the driver make his first swipe, which I do on a regular basis if I'm home, I run to my, I don't know, run. I go to my refrigerator, I got out soft drinks, waters, Gatorades, and I took them out and gave them to the guy. That's not an easy job. I have no doubt it's a tough job. So anyway, I did that. And he said, thank you. Very nice young man at the time. So once I realized the driver was done plowing my street, I was livid. My family is a person put in more harm's way. I had more snow in front of my driveway before he plowed. I'm sorry, more after he plowed than before he plowed. So I got out my snow shovel. I started digging. It took me a total of 6 hours. And I'm sure everyone here saying, it didn't take you 6 hours. Yeah, it did. I had to go out, get a shovel of snow, go back up to my driveway, throw it on right or left side. Go out, get more snow, back and forth and back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. I don't want to take my full 3 minutes, so I won't go any more than that. But anyway, it took me that long. Over the years, about 20% of the time, the plow driver, snow driver, whatever the right term is, forgive me, they seem like they do a wonderful job. But about 80% of the time, I'm the person at the top of the cul-de-sac, so they get that running start, and I'm the one who suffers all the time. Friends of mine who live in the neighborhood, they complain 10 or 15 minutes, 20 minutes to shovel out in front of their driveway to get to the street. So then, what really infuriated me, on Facebook, I think it was Facebook, but on something, Lebanon street crew is taking a bow for the great job they did. They didn't live at my house, I guarantee you that. I pay taxes like all the other homeowners, but I don't get the same service, I don't get the same respect. It really kicks me off. So I asked in my letter to, again, I'm pretty sure it was Darren Owens, and a copy to a Scott Bronca for a response to my information. The letter, pictures. 3 months later, I'm still waiting for a contact. They got all my contact information, my name, my address, my email, my phone number. I've not heard a word. Now, let me share with you what it says on your website. This may mean that residential streets are limited to one lane for a few days. After the initial snow removal, crews will return to perform curb-to-curb clearing. I won't use profanity, but poppycock, okay? I don't know who you're trying, not you guys here, but whoever's in charge, I don't know who they're trying to kid. That just doesn't happen. I'm hoping to get some feedback. So I thank you for your time. I'm underdressed and I did not realize that. I apologize, but I just need to get that off my chest.
Thanks, sir. Scott, would you like to follow up in the email or?
I'm sorry, I'm hearing these. Can I come back?
Yeah, sure.
It's hard for me to hear you.
I'm assuming we have your contact information.
Yeah, that's right
So
here.
we'll follow up and have a discussion. I know, that snow
It was 3 months ago.
Right.
What took over 3 months? It took a resident to come here and complain in front of the whole world. Why couldn't I have been given the respect
Yeah, obviously. It was,
3 months ago?
It was a large snow event, so we were responding as we could get to some of those situations. I know they did come back and follow up on cul-de-sacs and clear things out. It's challenging in cul-de-sacs. There are limited areas to pile the snow up with all the driveways and the fire hydrants and everything else. So
Okay.
Certainly apologize that nobody got back to you. I will personally give you a call and talk to you about it.
You know, when the plow drove it up there, I was ready to scoop it up and throw it back in the street. I thought, I can't get in trouble here. That's where they left it.
Right.
Well, of course, that's not the right answer. I know that. I'm being
Right.
irritated. So, okay. Well, thanks for at least saying someone would get back to me, but
Yeah.
over 3 months, that's inexcusable.
Mr. Davis, I work in the community and have several rentals, and also people call me, and I can say, not denying that is an issue. I've actually been called out by a real estate agent to, can you get this driveway clear? We have a showing the next day, and the snow was probably 9 feet tall. We really buried it. It was after a big one. The complexity is not just cul-de-sacs, it's alleys. One of my units is on an end, and cars can't get out, and when the plows come through, they just push the snow. And then, so I'm hiring guys like crazy to dig out. I live on Cincinnati Avenue, which is 42, and I haven't decided if it's better to remove my cars so they can scrape it along the curb, or leave cars there and just bury them to keep from, because it takes me forever to dig it out. And this was a huge snow, and I think some of the
About the highest we've ever had.
right, and I think some of the compliments that were going out on Facebook to our city was how long they worked and how well they did in spite of the problems that were there, and we definitely can't, not being called for 3 months, I mean, we'll make sure that doesn't happen again. And, but did you call when they buried you? Did you call the city?
No, I thought I could read what was on the
You were
Lebanon
just
website. I
going
thought
by.
that was going to be followed, and it wasn't.
I made some notes, because this affects
I didn't
me.
call anyone, and it was over a week later, and what it says is, within a few days, they'll come back and do it again.
Right.
It didn't happen. So then I got mad, I wrote the letter, I sent pictures. 3 months later, I'm still sitting here twiddling my thumbs. That's why I'm here tonight.
Well, I actually did call on a couple, and they got cleared right away. And it wasn't me, because I'm on city council. One of my cul-de-sacs was buried like yours, and my nephew lives in the house, and he couldn't get out. So I know the call helps. So if you...
Who would one call?
You can call the service department.
Service
The service?
You can call the service department. They'll keep kind of a running list of issues. And then once our crews get freed up and can kind of circle back and try to work on those. So the service department, 228-3150, they can definitely assist.
Tell me if I'm looking at this wrong, but they don't respond to a letter, but they'll respond to a phone call. I don't...
Well, they'll respond to me. They'll respond, like my call was, he's buried in, he's got to get out. They rerouted a truck over there.
Okay, well, see, I'm going to get out, I'm going to take care so I can get in and out. If there's ever an emergency, I'm going to be able to get out.
Well, I understand. And some of that is, I drove around myself with my own plow and car, and just dug people out just because I did that. So there's people like me out there doing that. Sometimes you just got to be resourceful. And the no call and the snow mound, I'm treating separately. I'm thinking we're going to have a big snow tonight. What are you going to do? Call the city. And that's what we would ask people to do. And then if we've got a truck, sometimes it takes two. If it's a cul-de-sac, it could take like a front end loader and a dump truck to move the snow out. So it'd take two trucks offline, and they're trying to keep our zillion miles of roads clear. So, and on your remark about having to come here, I am so glad you did, and so many people don't. They harbor this ill feeling, they spread ill will. Just come and tell us anything like you just did, and I'm going to thank you for doing that.
As I said, I love living in Lebanon. Lived in Mason for 20 years, now I live in Lebanon. I love living here. I love all the stuff that goes on and the positive. This is the only one negative that I've experienced. And you've been very open, and I appreciate your openness and sharing what you shared with me. So thank you very much.
Well, it gives us a target for hotspots next year. You know, maybe this is how we can fix it. So thank you for
Well, hopefully we won't have any snow for a couple of years.
That's a
If
lot
we
of
do.
snow. Maybe we had it all last year.
All right.
Thank
Everybody, thank you so much.
Thanks, sir.
Am I okay?
Yeah,
to
you're
go?
good to go.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you again.
Thanks.
And I was just kidding about the snow tomorrow, so. Hope so anyway.
Yeah. All right, previous business, ordinance number 2026-036.
Ordinance number 2026-036, creating a community improvement department in the general fund.
This ordinance will allow the city to create a community improvement department in the general fund in accordance with guidelines from the state auditor's office to identify and segregate expenses related to the host community cannabis tax revenue collected.
Motion to adopt.
So moved.
Second.
Any comments? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Sellers?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Norris?
Yes.
Mrs. Eggers?
Yes.
Mr. Lammerow?
Yes.
Mayor Messer?
Yes. New business, resolution 2026-039.
Resolution number 2026-039, authorizing city support of $20,000 for the Chamber of Commerce for their community event efforts, and more specifically, enhancement of the Lebanon Carriage Parade.
This resolution approves a donation of $20,000 to the Chamber of Commerce to support their community events and the annual carriage parade.
Do we have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments?
Mr. Brunca, can you tell us, the community, what the money that we donated last year, what that went for? And
Yeah, so it's a partnership with the Chamber of Commerce, really to help fund the recruitment and attraction of the carriages. So last year, the Chamber spent, I think it was around $33,000 to pay the carriages and the horses to come to the parade. A lot of them are traveling for hours to get here. So it's a financial investment. So I think the city support allows us to kind of keep in my opinion, the quality of the parade, get the large hitches, the Clydesdales, the larger horses that folks enjoy seeing.
And that's good information, because a lot of people don't understand this is not a free parade. I know right after the parade there was some chatter online about the booths, and I rarely respond, but I did respond to that to explain in defense of the chamber that $300 times all the booths that they can rent supports this parade. That's their primary fundraising for it. A lot of people don't know that. So
Yeah.
that the carriages charge us, they don't know that.
Correct. Yeah, that's correct. And like a lot of things, fewer and fewer people are getting involved in the horses and the carriages, and so we have to kind of the chamber has to cast a wider net.
Thank
Yeah, I
you.
mean, a lot of those carriages are coming in from out of state. I mean, they're not just rolling down the road. I mean, they gotta take the entire weekend to do that event. So I think some of the bigger rigs are $7,500, $10,000. Some of the smaller rigs are $5,000. So they gotta spend money to keep that event going.
And people come to see those.
It's
big
important.
rigs. Yeah.
It's important. The minis are great, but people who come
Wanna
to
hear
see,
that rumble.
people want to feel the earth shake.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's important. Please call the roll.
Mr. Lammerow?
Yes.
Mr. Sellers?
Yes.
Mayor Messer?
Yes.
Mrs. Eggers?
Yes.
Mrs. Harper?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Norris?
Yes.
Resolution 2026-040.
Resolution number 2026-040, authorizing support of the Atrium Medical Center Foundation in the amount of $50,000
utilizing funds out of the Community Improvement Department.
This resolution approves a one-time donation of $50,000 to the Atrium Medical Center Foundation in support of their Care Flight campaign for the purchase of a new helicopter to be stationed at the Warren County Airport.
Motion to adopt?
So moved. Second.
Any comments? We thank you for your, the service that this provides to the community. We thank you for the effort that you made to raise the money, and we wish you luck on your last, was that 4 million? To finish.
Maybe slightly more.
Yeah, finish that out.
Thank you very much.
Absolutely. Please call the roll.
Vice Mayor Norris?
Yes.
Mayor Messer?
Yes.
Mr. Sellers?
No.
Mrs. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Lammerow?
Yes.
Mrs. Eggers?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2026-041.
Ordinance number 2026-041, authorizing the city to enter into a contract with Evans Landscaping in the amount of $90,450 for the expansion of the parking lot in Miller Ecological Park and declaring an emergency.
This ordinance approves a contract with Evans Landscaping in the amount of $90,450 to add an additional 10 spaces to the parking lot at Miller Park.
Do you have a motion to adopt?
So moved.
Second.
Any comments?
I just wanted to say I'm glad that this is a problem, that we need more parking because the park is being used so much. There's been a lot of activity over the years with various events, so it's going to be nice to have that extra parking.
I think it's crazy. It's $10,000 a parking spot.
Yeah.
Please call the roll.
Mrs. Eggers?
Yes.
Mrs. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Lammerow?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Norris?
Yes.
Mayor Messer?
Yes.
Mr. Sellers?
Yes.
Ordinance number 2026-042.
Ordinance number 2026-042, authorizing a contract with Benchmark Land Management LLC in the amount of $176,391.52 for work at Miller Ecological Park and declaring an emergency.
This ordinance approves a contract with Benchmark Land Management for the site development, concrete bases, and landscaping necessary for the Miller Ecological Park boulder play area. I do want to point out that the Miller Park trustees are also contributing $50,000 towards the project.
Motion to adopt?
So moved. Second.
Any comments here? Please call the roll.
Mrs. Harper?
Yes.
Mr. Sellers?
Yes.
Vice Mayor Norris?
Yes.
Mrs. Eggers?
Yes.
Mr. Lammerow?
Yes.
Mayor Messer?
Yes. City Manager's report.
Yeah, thank you, Mayor. The next meeting of City Council is a work session. It will be on Wednesday, May 6th, next week at 7 p.m. And I do want to, again, thank the public for patience on North Broadway. We have one more day of resurfacing and then it will be done. So weather permitting, they should have everything finalized tomorrow. And we will be following up with tree planting along North Broadway.
Very good.
That's all I have, Mayor.
Thank you. Mr. Sellers, what do you got for us?
Just congratulations to Mr. Becker, Mr. Toothman, and our new Assistant Chief, Mr. Harper. Swearing in day, right? Always a great one. The only other thing I had was, Scott, what is the timeline for 42 in Gloucester, that roundabout to be complete?
So
We get a lot of people asking.
Yeah, the contractor, they're contractually obligated to have it completed by the end of July. So,
Okay.
once they kind of close it down, they have a period of time to get it done and get it opened back up.
And I'm out there with the big calendar ripping it.
Yeah.
We all are.
That's all I
How
got.
much I use that road.
Yeah. Mr. Lammerow.
You good?
Mr. Norris. What we got?
I got a couple things. Appreciate our new fire folks. It was neat seeing them all go, making me feel safe. I like that too. I think Mr. Knapp, as we get older, expressed that you really like knowing they're right up the road. I did find out too that the new fire station is still within earsight, so I can hear them rolling out when I have my windows open. Because when they were downtown, I could really hear them. So. And they've been busy. We had some serious car accidents last week. Really affected me for some reason. I've seen, we all have, road a couple of those just stayed with me, the damage, the velocity that the impact, one on 48 and then one on 63. And I was on top of 63. I literally was there watching it. So I was praying people are safe and praying for our service people. I saw Ryan out there directing traffic and you know, just doing what they do. It's so, you know, so worth what we have in our community with our police and fire for sure. Also just want to make a quick comment. I'm not going to get on a soapbox, but I think for the 5 years I've been on council, I keep saying I don't watch Facebook much, but I talk about it all the time. Because the 2 times I look at it, it's like, oh my gosh. But there's been some hostility out there directed towards certain individuals that I care a lot about, and bold-faced lies and things that just aren't true. I rarely respond unless it's a generic question, you know, like, hey, how do you get into Miller Park? You know, I can answer that. But I want to always make it clear, because when you attack one member of the council or the city, you're attacking us all, because we all sit at this table and then the table downstairs and vote on every decision that's made. One person does not vote for anything. So there's implications that certain things get done because somebody's a friend of somebody, or we all have. I got to see these pants that I'm accused of wearing with these deep pockets, because stuff keeps falling out of my pocket. Yeah. So I want to know where those are. But knowing that the city, our community has elected 7 of us, and we hire our staff to manage our city, no decisions made in isolated stance, none. We had a 6-1 vote today. Mr. Sellers did not vote something that we all, this is how it goes all the time. So to accuse someone of passing along a contract or making a decision because someone has a friend or someone might have been kind to them, that's just wrong. And I was really upset this week. I did respond back when somebody pulled out some old garbage and tried to throw it out there. And I just said what I thought my mom would have said: shame on you. And you're dragging out old news against someone you don't even know and probably have never talked to. And that was so wrong, to just be ugly for the sake of being ugly. And a podcast that I listen to, it's a Christian podcast, and these people are brilliant. They're all attorneys. And the one lady said, vet your information. She didn't say this, I did, before you open your mouth. Essentially, know that what you're saying is accurate and true. Know that. Don't just say something because we had a lady in here a while ago, and I asked her directly, you know, we've been accused now that we're in with the developers. Why do you say that? Well, I read that on social media. It's like, so you didn't vet your information. That's all I ask our community to do. There isn't a person up here that doesn't love Lebanon, that's not heavily invested in Lebanon, and I'm telling you, the name calling and the awful words that are being used against your fellow community person, it's just wrong. I didn't care for President Biden, but I never trashed him. I disagreed with the policy, and I said so. But I never trashed him. And what's going on in that political realm just makes me physically ill as well. But we're home. This is my community. People that I know are running for office. I care a lot about them. And I just wanted to make that clear. Just vet your information. The end.
Thanks, sir.
I'm a little fired up. I think I did get on the soapbox a little bit.
Let's go. Chris, you got any more?
Okay. Well, congratulations to all of the individuals from the fire department who were sworn in today. And this is always a good opportunity for us to just see the action or the results of the action of our residents voting to support our fire department. You know, we didn't single-handedly say this is what we're going to do. We went to the residents. We said, okay, listen, here's a problem. We have a part-time fire model. This isn't working. We need to have a full-time staff. We had seen over the years that that was changing. So we came up with a very creative solution that other communities also have looked at and said, hey, you know, that was a great idea. We reduced the property tax. We increased the income tax to spread that over the individuals who are working here and who don't live here. And our residents voted for that. And Every time we have these individuals come here who get sworn in or get promoted, you see the actions of that. So I'm grateful to not only the members of the fire department and their families who were here, but also to our residents who supported that levy so that we could make this happen today.
So does today mark the day that we're considered full-time, fully staffed fire department? Or is there still some openings?
I mean, no, all positions, actually, all the positions have been staffed for a while. So we've been in that situation for quite some time. And we always make sure we don't publicly swear folks in until they get through probation. So, yeah, that's why there's that gap. So we know, we've been in a really good spot for a while now, staffing and very low turnover.
It's been a long time.
Yes.
Kudos to staff, because we sit here and make the decisions, but you guys put it in place. So appreciate all the hard work you've done on that.
Yeah, I'm very excited about the growth of our fire department, the assistant chief position, just creating that upward mobility throughout the department. Will be a way that we keep firefighters longer. I mean, it takes a lot of time and effort and money to develop these guys and girls, and it'll be the goal is to create a career path and to build into these young men and women, and then see them serve out their career here in Lebanon. So I'm very excited to see this coming to fruition. I got an email from a local resident. I won't say his last name because I didn't ask him if I could do this. But name is Barry, and Barry sent me a website, and it is about, Mr. Sellers, you're going to love this. This is it's an America 250 Liberty Tree project. And so what this project is doing, the goal is to plant 250 Liberty trees across the country. Mr. Bronk emailed me tonight and said that we have purchased our Liberty tree and plaque. So we'll have to figure out where that's going so we can.
Is it American chestnut?
Yes, that's what I was going to ask.
I'm pretty sure.
Either that or an elm.
I think it's an elm. It's either an elm or American chestnut, because they're modeling them off after the Liberty trees
in Boston.
In Boston.
Nice.
So I thought that was really cool.
Really cool.
That's awesome.
And I'm excited to get that planted. Maybe have coffee around it with city council and residents. So yeah, I thought that was a cool thing that we were able to do this week, and thank you, Barry, for the email. In regards to the snow, couldn't had said it better than Vice Mayor Norris. If you have an issue, please call us. During that snow event, I was called. I think probably most city council members were called during that snow event. You have a direct line to your representatives. All of our cell phones are online, so we are very easy to get to. My cell phone's on my Facebook, which is insane. So you can get a hold of us quick, and then we can get your information to the right people very fast. There was a cul-de-sac situation that there was a doctor who couldn't get out of his driveway to get to work at the hospital. They called the city, or I can't remember if they called me or they called Brad. We were able to get a truck there. We were able to get a truck there before I was able to get to his location because I was going to help dig him out. They were able to get a truck there before I could, and I was just driving around in my truck with my snowblower and my shovel. So, I mean, that's how fast that we can respond. So, thank you for coming tonight, but also don't sit on the email for 3 months. Just pick up the phone and give us a call if you're in a situation that you need our help with. Besides that, I'll entertain a motion to close.
So moved.
Second. Mr. Burke, please call the roll.
Mayor Messer,
Yes.
Vice Mayor Norris.
Yes.
Mr. Sellers.
Yes.
Mrs. Harper.
Yes.
Mr. Lamoureux.
Yes.
Mrs. Eggers.
Yes.
Thank you for joining us, and we will see you next week for our work session.